Thanks so much for joining us for another edition of KFFB's Open Mic program. And we do have Land Commissioner of Arkansas, Tommy Land, with us right now. And Tommy, thanks so much for taking time and talking with us.
Oh, thank you, Bob. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to my home folks. I live in Heber Springs, and it's good to be with my home folks.
Well, one thing we got to talk about with Land Commission, 2020 was tough on all state agencies, all of America, all of Arkansas, all of our counties, all of our cities. Tell us a little bit how you guys handled it. A lot of things changed in the Land Commissioner's office during COVID-19 from 2020. Tell us some of the changes that happened and what is some light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, I'll tell you, Bob, we, of course, we had to shut down the office to the public. We've been at work most of the time. There have been some times, a couple of weeks, that we had to shut the office down and just answer the phones from home. I tell you, one of the things that we were just really fortunate in doing, last year we got some legislation filed and passed that allowed us to do online redemptions. Before, you either had to mail it in or you had to come down and do your paperwork here at the office. Last session, we got some legislation passed that allowed us to go to an online redemption process. We started that in January before the COVID thing started in, I think, around the 1st of March. And I can tell you, we were just very fortunate that we started that. We didn't start it because of COVID. It was just what we had decided to do. And so we opened up that online redemption, and so that people were able to redeem their properties, even though they couldn't come into the office. They were able to redeem their properties online. We were able to help a great many people handle that situation. And our folks have been, when they've been quarantined, they've been working from home. We've provided them with the equipment to do their job from home and then work at the office when we can. And we're keeping up with it. We're answering the phones. We're doing everything we can to serve the public. And to me, I can just tell you, serving the public is the main job of this office. If we're not serving the public, then I tell you what, we need to be doing something else. So we're working hard at that.
Well, we're looking at the auctions. That was something that is first time, I guess, and I don't know if it's ever happened before where you didn't have any auctions because of COVID last year. Do you see auctions happening in 2021?
Yes, I believe we will in some form or fashion. We do have some legislation going before the legislature this session that would allow us to have the option of doing an online auction. We missed all the auctions in 2020, and just to let you know what's so important about those auctions is the money that we raise through that auction goes back to your county, and it helps pay for K through 12 education, county roads, sheriff's department, things like that. So it's important, not necessarily for our office, but it's important for the counties in the state of Arkansas that we have those auctions because it returns those tax dollars to the county. We're going to have an auction in some form or another, either a physical auction. One of the problems with physical auctions, of course, is, we've got a limit to the number of people that are allowed to congregate in one room. And with a live auction, you can't limit the number of people in there. You've got to make it available to everyone. So that's why we couldn't have auctions this year, and that would be the drawback to having auctions in 21. Hopefully we'll come up with something, resolve that issue, and have an auction this year. We've just got to figure out some way to do that.
Tommy, when we look at you being the land commissioner, what was so amazing when we've done these talks is the history that you bring from the Land Commission office. Land Commission, that's a big job. There's a lot of acreage in Arkansas of land. And tell us some of the things that you've discovered becoming land commissioner.
Oh, well, one of the things I learned about the state of Arkansas and about issues with the land commissioner's office is the ground underneath navigable rivers in the state of Arkansas belongs to the state of Arkansas. And so that means the mineral rights that belong to that real estate underneath the river belongs to the state of Arkansas. And of course, our office deals with mineral rights that belong to the state. We do deal with some river debris issues, but one of the most interesting, personally, one of the most interesting parts of this office is the Historical Records Division. And we maintain records, historical records relating to real estate. And we've got a vault that we keep things in. We have some interesting documents. We have all the original plat maps for all the cities of Arkansas. So if you wanted to see what a small city in Arkansas, say Cave City, you wanted to look and see what the city was originally platted out to be, we've got the plat for you. And a lot of interesting documents like that. We have documents that date back to the early 1800s when the Louisiana Purchase was being surveyed. We have the original survey notes of the Louisiana Purchase surveyor, and that survey was started in 1830. A lot of people don't realize it, but the Louisiana Purchase survey started in southeast Arkansas. It didn't start in Louisiana. And fact is, we have a small state park in southeast Arkansas called the Louisiana Purchase State Park. We have a monument there in the middle of a swamp, and that monument is the corner point for the Louisiana Purchase Survey. And I think most people have heard of Baseline Road in Little Rock. And the reason it's Baseline Road is because that is the baseline for the Louisiana Purchase. We have original survey notes. We've in the past had demonstrations here and things set up to show what kind of survey equipment was used back in those days. You can't believe the size of a compass that was used in 1830 on the Louisiana Purchase. Normally, when you think of a compass, you think of something that would fit in your pocket. The compasses they used set up on a tripod, and really you needed a horse to pack it in. It was so big.
Is that something that is open for tours when COVID is gone? Is that something that people can come to your office and take a tour and hear this information for school-age children?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, we have several groups come through, schools and other groups. A lot of times people from out of state like to come in and visit the Capitol. They'll come in the office. We give them a tour of the vault and show them the plats and some of the survey notes and things like that. And right now in our office, of course, it's not open for the public right now, but right now we have a mineral display set up showing minerals, different minerals in the state of Arkansas, but some very interesting things. Once this COVID deal is over with, and hopefully it will be over with quickly, once it is over with and we can open the office back up, then we'll have those tours available, and anyone comes by the office, they're more than welcome. You can go to our webpage, and our webpage is COSL. That stands for Commissioner of State Lands. So COSL.org. You can go to our website there. We have a lot of stuff on the website that you can read about. We also have a couple of new interesting things that we were able to do this year. We do have a river debris reporting website added. We have all the notes there from reports and how we handled the reports and things like that are on there. And then we also have added a state-owned lands map this year. So that if you want to look in your county, you can zoom into your county and you can see all the property that is owned by the state of Arkansas that we have a deed for here in the Land Commissioner's office. We are going to add on that state-owned lands map, we are going to add auction properties when we begin to start having auctions. So you'll be able to actually pull up that map and see what properties in your county are going to be up for auction.
That's so amazing when you think about how far we've come just with the technology to be able to see the state-owned properties in each county. That's just amazing.
It is. It really is. We are working hard. I have some great employees in this office, and we are working hard to try to put as much information as we can online. You know, I do believe that government transparency is very important. The people of the state of Arkansas can look in their county and see what property the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission owns, or the State Forestry Commission, or whoever. So we're trying to make that available to everyone, and so far we have.
Well, Tommy, thanks so much for taking time and talking with us here on Open Mic. Tommy Land is Land Commissioner of Arkansas, and it's such an amazing office that you run. There's so much history. I love hearing about it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everything you do in our community, Bob. I tell you, you and your radio station have been a part of my life for a long time, and I appreciate it.